Tēnā koutou katoa, 大家早上好. It is my great pleasure and honor to be invited once again to the China Business Summit. Like the Prime Minister, it's my 4th time here. And I'm really overwhelmed by such a high level and big turnout today. It fully demonstrates the resilience and the vitality of our relationship. And I want to thank the Prime Minister and Minister O'Connor for their very good speech on China-New Zealand relations. I would also like to acknowledge Right Honourable Helen Clark, Sir John Key, Honourable Mayor Phil Goff, and Honourable Winston Peters, and also members of Parliament for being with us today. I would like to take this opportunity to thank NZ Inc. and Auckland Business Chamber for their ongoing efforts in connecting the business community and in promoting the mutual understanding between China and New Zealand. And I also wish to congratulate our two countries for the good work done in the prevention and the control of the COVID-19 and in the economic recovery of both our countries. Profound changes in the international environment combined with the pandemic unseen in a century have brought the world into a phase of change and transformation. Mankind has come to a critical crossroads and faces a series of challenges. Even though the world is now defined by uncertainty, China's development strategy is clear and our future is predictable. This year marks the centenary of the Chinese Communist Party. The party's aspiration is to pursue happiness for the Chinese people and to rejuvenate the Chinese nation and to advance the common good of the entire world. Over the past 100 years, the party has followed a people-centered development approach, uniting and leading all Chinese people to achieve significant progress in economic and social development. The Chinese nation has achieved great transformation from standing up to becoming prosperous and to being stronger, and has made a notable contribution to human civilization and progress. Today, China contributes about 30% of world economic growth. China has had complete victory in eliminating extreme poverty, making a genuine contribution to the global poverty alleviation. In addition, the coverage and quality of education, housing, medical care, social security, and other services in China have been greatly improved. This year, China has embarked on a new journey toward fully building a modern socialist society. We will base ourselves on a new stage of development, follow a new philosophy of innovative, coordinated, green, open, and shared development, foster a new development paradigm, promote high-quality development in all-round way, and work with other countries to build an open, inclusive, sustainable, and beautiful world that enjoys lasting peace, universal security, and common prosperity. We have successfully launched the 14th five-year plan, striding toward a long-term goal of 2035, and accelerating the construction of a new open economy, of a new open economic system on a higher level. The Chinese economy has performed strongly and achieved a faster recovery this year. GDP was up 0.6% in the first quarter compared to the fourth quarter of last year, growing 18.3% year-on-year. In 2021, China aims to expand its economy by more than 6%, create more than 11 million new urban jobs, and expand domestic demand and effective investment, which is expected to bring the economy firmly back to its pre-pandemic vibrancy. As a long-standing supporter of economic globalization, China remains committed to deepening reform and opening more widely to the outside world. As President Xi Jinping has stressed on many occasions, opening up is the premise of a country's progress, and closure will inevitably be regressive. It serves no one's interest to use the pandemic as an excuse to reverse globalization and pursue isolation or decoupling. China will continue to promote trade and investment liberalization and facilitation, help keep global industrial and supply chain smooth and stable, and advance high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. Both China and New Zealand are important members of APEC, and we value the APEC's role in promoting regional economic cooperation and integration, as well as the trade liberalization and facilitation. China is fully committed to support New Zealand in hosting this year's APEC. The world today needs more understanding and less prejudice. It needs more cooperation and less confrontation. The political virus, which politicizes economic, health, scientific, and technological issues, attempt to impose ideology on others, and engage in group politics will only poison the international cooperation and push the world into division or even confrontation. We cannot tackle common challenges in a divided world, and confrontation will lead us to nowhere. The principles of equality, mutual respect, and mutual trust must be followed in the state-to-state relations. Every country will formulate its own development strategy and tackle challenges based on its real conditions. Xinjiang and Hong Kong related issues are China's internal affairs. They involve China's sovereignty, security, and development interests. The so-called forced labor or genocide in Xinjiang are totally lies and rumors fabricated by some anti-China forces without any evidence. Their real intention is simply to disrupt the development of Xinjiang and China as a whole. We hope that the New Zealand side could hold an objective and just position, abide by international law, and not to interfere in China's internal affairs, so as to maintain the sound development of our bilateral relations. The pandemic has proven once again that all mankind is a whole and shares common well-being and woe. The only way out is to uphold true multilateralism and build a community with a shared future for mankind. We should stand by the core values and basic principles of multilateralism while adapting to the changing international landscape and responding to global challenges as they arise. Friendship between China and New Zealand has a long history. The Chinese people will always remember old friends such as Rui Eli, Catherine Hall, and James Bertram for their contribution to China's revolution and construction. Thanks to concerted efforts by both sides, our relations have maintained healthy and stable development for a long time. We have offered each other valuable support in the fields such as pandemic prevention and economic revitalization, and maintained sound coordination and cooperation in international affairs. The protocol on upgrading the bilateral FTA will create new prospects for mutually beneficial cooperation. With the improvement of development quality and scale of Chinese economy, our two countries can actively explore and foster new growth drivers in healthcare, aged care, education, e-commerce, climate change, scientific and technology, and many more. We have created many firsts in our relations. Though we are different in social systems, stages of development, and economic sizes, we have forged common ground and deepened beneficial cooperation between us. As long as we uphold the principles of mutual respect, equality, and win-win cooperation, we will enjoy more sustainable achievements for the benefit of our two peoples. China is ready to work with New Zealand to push for greater development of our relationship, a relationship that names China-New Zealand Comprehensive Strategic Partnership by upholding the spirit of striving to be the first. What we choose today will define tomorrow. Let's follow the trends of our times, stand on the right side of history, and join hands to deepen bilateral cooperation and strive for a better future for all of us. So to conclude, I wish this summit a great success. Thank you very much.
Ambassador, thank you. I just have a question, and I look at New Zealand and China and the freedoms that we have and the ways that we've managed the pandemic. And I know that over the weekend, the 1st of May was Labor Day, and I guess my question is, how did China celebrate Labor Day, and how would the people have enjoyed the weekend, which I believe was extended?
Yeah, this year is really a special year, and this May holiday is a bit special because we have extended 3-day holiday to 5 days to allow people to travel. And the estimation of the figure is there will be 250 million people traveling during this 5-day May Day holiday. And I think why the Chinese people are free to move domestically is that the right decision made by the government for a coordination of regular prevention and control of the pandemic and the economic recovery. So we have enforced a lot of measures for the regular prevention. For example, we try to raise the awareness of the people of the risks. The pandemic is not over yet, and we encourage all the people to wear masks in closed public space and wash hands more, and also to keep social distancing. So that's one measure. And the other measure is to speed up the vaccination. And according to the statistics, we have already done 250 million doses for vaccination. And we keep our vaccination sites open from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. So people are free to walk in for their vaccination. So on the economic development, in the short term, we will ensure that our macroeconomic policy consistent and sustainable. For example, we will continue to enforce proactive fiscal policy, continue to carry out tax reduction, and make sure that our monetary policy is prudent. So in the longer term, we will continue to deepen reform and opening up, and we will make our economy more open to the outside world. We have set up 24 of FTA zones within China, and this will enable foreign countries to have a better access for investment. And we will also pursue green economy, we will make more efforts in environmental protection and in addressing the climate change. So in this regard, I believe there are a lot of room for China and New Zealand to learn from each other and to work together to have a better solution for the climate change.
Ambassador, thank you. I think today you've spoken of the objective of retaining a significant and sustainable relationship between our two countries, and again you've confirmed that China is a committed partner to this relationship. You've expressed the values of equality, mutual respect and trust as being the foundation for a relationship and a friendship that New Zealand and China has a strong history in, and your intention, or China's intention, to continue investing in that relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join with me in thanking the Ambassador for her address this morning.